We're going live. We're live, Bubbles. And we got cookies. Cookies everywhere. Cookies, 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 cookies. That's why I'm late this morning. Hey, good morning. This is the 5am Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in practical way. And sometimes we talk about cookies. Fortune Cookie Friday, by the way. So we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. Bringing value, not working crazy hours, getting stuff done. I'm still working on my own personal life, getting stuff done. So I say things and I'm trying things. And sometimes when you're just a team of one, you can't get as much stuff done. Where you have a team like in Scrum, you can get more stuff done. And they keep each other pushing along. Anyway, today is our 518th episode. It's about 8:07 a.m. It's a Friday. We're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday, where we take a fortune cookie, read what's in it, and find out what it applies to the show or Scrum and Agile in general. And today I just wanted to talk about one topic. Planning for buffer is not waste, is not Muda, and why, and talk about that. Some people think if you put a buffer in there, there's waste associated with that. I'm just going to talk about that a little bit. And sometimes they worry about people lowballing or inflating their numbers or stuff like that. We'll talk about that. And if you think that's true, then you don't have trust in your team. Anyhow, let's go there. It's another place to go. So this morning was going to get the show going, except my wife decided that she needed to count Girl Scout cookies. Anybody in the local area want Girl Scout cookies? I got 90 cases of Girl Scout cookies. So what is that? 90 cases times 12. What is that? 100? No, it's like 1,000 boxes of cookies. It's a lot of cookies, man. It's like Cookie Central here. Anyway, that's another topic. I did post up. I did go for my walk. I'm working on my daily checkoff sheet and getting stuff done. And I saw a bunch of little duckies swimming out, and it reminded me of a daily scrum. If you watch the video, it's a little 15-second video. You see these little duckies over on one side getting there, and I envision them as like the scrum master and a couple people, maybe the manager and everybody, or maybe the agile coach over there. And then I see all these little duckies swim across. I had to keep myself from laughing because it just reminded me of a daily scrum where all the developers and testers and everybody come walking into the scrum room and everything for their daily scrum early in the morning yet, right? So they got to get together, figure out what they're going to do, and where they're going to go, and where they're going to go eat and do all that kind of stuff. So that's what happens at a daily scrum. So if you ever want to know what happens at daily scrum, it's what happens with the little duckies. They get together to figure out where they're going to go, what they're going to do, and then where they're going to go eat. As a team, maybe. That'd be nice. Too bad with this virus thing. Bubbles, what are you doing? I know you're excited. She's all excited because she got past the dogs. That's her old thing. She's just like, I got past the dogs and I'm in here with Dad. Hi, Bubs. Oh, thanks. Everybody wants to see your tail. Okay. So it is Friday. It's a little crazy. We'll put a light on the thing. So planning for buffer is not waste. It's not Muda. Okay. This is why I say this. So many teams are like, oh, we need to overcapacity. Why? There's nothing in the rule book. There is no there's no rule book. Some people think there is a rule book, but there really isn't a rule book. There's a framework. So when we do sprints, right? And people are worried, well, we need to maximize the sprint. And I'm like, but you're putting more points into your sprint than your typically velocity is or your normal production. So why are you putting the extra stuff in there? Well, we think we can do it. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, look, why can't we just put it at the first item in the next sprint? If you get this sprint done, you can go grab that item and bring it in and be really giving value, full value to the customer, full value to the product owner, full value to the stakeholders, rather than half-ass stake value on everything, right? And this is one of the challenges. I have this challenge every day. Well, we want to maximize Just because you say you can do it and predict what you do doesn't have any value whatsoever. Period. Just because you estimate something, an estimate has no value, period. So I love it when these people, we're going to estimate story points. We're going to estimate it based on value. Story points have no value. The only value you get is when the stuff gets delivered and is in the hands of the customer. Period. That's it. And people don't get it. So they all worry about stuff that has no value and no real money associated with paying our bills, right? And I know I'm saying this on the show, but this is what the show's about, right? This is a little frank conversation that some people can't handle in the office. And like, well, we got to ask for more. Why? If you could deliver more, whoa, I'll keep putting stories into your backlog as many as humanly possible. I don't have a problem with that. See, maybe that's what we should say. Next time I get a team and they go, oh, say, no, look. You get that work done that you say here that you normally do. I'll dump 20 stories on your backlog in this sprint if you really want me to. If that's what you want, but get what you got. And you told the customer you're going to get it done. How about that? Boy, wouldn't that blow their freaking minds? Sometimes maybe you need to do that. I don't know. Maybe you just give you to see the mental argument where you do that. Anyway, so having a buffer in there, doing a 10% buffer or 20% buffer is not really waste, because if you get it all done, because you don't know what's going to happen during a sprint, environment could go down, something can go down, you could always bring more stuff in. Like if everything's cranking along and doing really good, bring more stories in. What I question as a Scrum Master, if you do put the buffer in and your team does get done earlier or does not achieve buffer, you might want to ask them, well, where'd the buffer go? Right? So this is the question a Scrum Master should be asking the team. We agreed we were going to put a 20% buffer. We only achieved what was in the 20% buffer. What happened to the buffer? Right? That's the question that should be asked by a Scrum Master and a team. And asking yourselves, ideally, the team would ask themselves, hey, didn't we put a 20% buffer in this sprint? Yeah, I think we did. Where the heck did it go? What did we spend that buffer on? What did we do wrong that we didn't know that was coming that caused us to have a 20% buffer going away? Now, if the answer was, well, we got everything done early, like 3 days early, so we put a couple more stories into our sprint, and then that got us up to our normal velocity. That's awesome, right? And that's a good thing to know. So, yeah, we were pretty good. We got done a couple days early. Maybe we're more comfortable when we don't need a 20% buffer anymore. Maybe we just need a 10% buffer, right? And because we're really getting good at delivering the stuff. So that's what you need to think about it. I just wanted to put 2 little points here. Because not finishing work creates Muri and Mura for your team. And I'll talk about that in another thing. And they go along with the Muda. But for your own team, when you overcapacitize, when you overpromise, when you don't give yourself any buffer, you get Muri and Mura on your team. And we'll talk about that on another day. It does create Muda for other teams that may have dependencies on you. And the Muda is the waste. And I want to talk about that just a little bit, and then we'll do the fortune cookie. Why do I say it creates Muda for other teams? And the other ones are different. And I think I'll do a show on that one because it's interesting topics. Muda is waste for the other team because the other team may have started work on something in their sprint, anticipating that the work you're doing in your sprint will be done, so that the two get done at the same time and their software works. If you do not deliver what you promise, the other team's software is not going to work. Therefore, creating Muda, waste. They worked on something that couldn't get delivered to the customer. Does that make sense? People don't get this. I mean, if you're in a team and you don't have any dependencies, no relationship with any other team on the planet, one, you don't need the scale, right? There's no scaling needed for your team and your organization whatsoever. But the other thing is all you're making do is promises to your customer, and then when you don't meet your promises, we'll see how long your one little team lasts, right? So that was my topic for today. I just wanted to explain that with the whole buffer. Everybody's so worried about buffer. Everybody worries about people sandbagging their estimates and stuff like that. And when you say that, it means you do not trust your team, nor does your team trust you. That's a deep discussion because I heard some very experienced coaches say that the other day. And I'm like, ooh, we have a trust problem. We have a major organizational problem that people are sandbagging and floating their numbers because they don't trust anybody. They don't believe that you're going to fulfill your promise of not adding more scope later on during the sprint. Think about that. Anyway, it's Fortune Cookie Friday! Bubbles! Yay, Bubbles! Hi, Bubbles. She's so happy. She's like, I got past the dogs. I got to hang out with my daddy. You haven't done that like in 2 months. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm being goofy. Should have been a month. We're in January, right? All right. So the Agile accountants have sealed in this plastic bag a fortune cookie inside another sealed envelope, a message. As you can see, the message to us about Agile and Scrum. And our job is to interpret this message and apply it to whatever we talked about today, which I have no idea, or Agile and Scrum. So this is the luck of the draw. So we're going to open this cookie, and it looks like it's stuck. It's coming. It's working on the way. Uh-oh. I got to break the cookie again. Okay. We broke the cookie. There we go. We got the message. And we got cookie particles all over my computer. All right. So what's it say? What's the Fortune Cookie Friday say, Bubbles? Can you read this to us? Meow, meow. No. Although you are lucky in money, be careful in investment decision. So there you go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, although you are lucky in money, be careful of investment decisions. Could we apply that to what we just talked about? Maybe we're lucky we're really good at what we're doing. So, we're going to invest and say, hey, we can deliver a lot more stuff in our sprint. You could relate that. You could do that. Where be careful over those investment decisions. People are going to invest on the other teams building something that had, this is good, that has a dependency on a team that consistently has a problem of not delivering 20% of their commitment. Nice. How about that one? That's a good one, and I got it all twisted in. So here you go. Although you are lucky in money, so you're doing really good on your team, and you're really producing your account, be careful on investment decisions. Be careful on putting a piece of work in a sprint that has a dependency on a team that has a tendency to not make like 20% of their promise. How about that? That's pretty good. I like that one. So just be careful out there because it does create Muda. Make sure that you have, if you're on one Scrum team, and you got a dependency on another Scrum team, make sure you go walk over to this other Scrum team and find out where your dependency story is on their list of work to be done. Is it at the beginning of the list on the first day, or is it the bottom of the list? If it's at the bottom of the list and that team has a 20% probability of not completing that commitment, you're probably in the 20%, right? So don't invest a lot of time and effort. This is really good fortune cookie. Really tied really well into what we were talking about. So don't tie that your investment in that sprint, in that story that has a dependency on a team that has a 20% chance of not completing 20% of their backlog for the sprint. right? Because then you're investing all that time and effort. Muda becomes Muda because they didn't do their part of the job. Therefore, you don't get any value for the work you just did. Therefore, creating Muda. That's scary. Those Agile accountants out there really know their stuff. I don't. Maybe they go. Do you think they go read my book? Because I wrote this a while ago, and like I said, I write these a week ahead. Anyway, we're at the 15-minute mark, the end of our daily scrum. I just wish you all a happy Friday, happy scrumming. Bubbles is all excited, and I don't know. Have some fun this weekend. Enjoy life and take care. I wish you all health and happiness on this Friday. Amen. All right, Bubbles. Take care. Happy scrumming. Enjoy your day. See you later.